Hi, and welcome back to episode 19 of Lanterns of London, the penultimate episode of season 1. We left our characters, 4 of whom, with a plan to go and rescue the remaining missing member of their party, Dr. Oliviera Rice, who herself had just slipped free of the cuffs that she was shackled within Carfax Asylum, and had then found the somewhat worse for wear form of Sherlock Holmes in a neighbouring cell. So naturally, being an arsehole, I'm going to pick up with the 4 who are still heading up to the asylum. So, as you are heading up this path, you have your newly minted tuning fork amplifier, and you are looking to sort of reach to the point where you are running sort of parallel to the large, we'll say, decrepit house that is overlooking the asylum below. Are you looking to split the party, and in which way? Who's going where?
Edmund is going to take the tuning fork and head into the property. He is going to go in there on his own, and he's going to leave Skip with the other 3, assuming that the other 3 are happy with that, given that was the plan that we had discussed and agreed.
Yep.
In the sense from facial expressions that happy might be a stretch, but I think they're acquiescing to that. Okay, so I will follow Edmund in a second. The other 3 and Skip, you are heading down towards the asylum.
Correct.
Okay. Reno?
I feel like Nathaniel would at least follow Edmund inside until he's safely positioned, because we don't know what's in this house. We don't know if this is a secondary outside base for whatever's going on in there. We don't know if there's ghosts in the basement, so yeah.
I will leave Alice and Tristan sort of getting closer to the asylum, and we will follow Nathaniel and Edmund towards the house. You find the front door is chained shut with a very heavy padlock on it. It looks quite badly rusted. And most of the windows on the ground floor appear to have been boarded up. The shutters have been literally sort of had a board placed over them and nailed shut.
The boards, are they like? I would like to try and pull on one just very gently to see how much give there is, if any.
Oh, you pull on them, and these are ancient. They're already like crumbling slightly under your hands as you're pulling on them.
Okay, I'm not going to continue pulling on them then, because I don't want them to be off completely, because that would look very obvious from the outside. I'm going to check the chain around the lock, trying to be very quiet as I do so.
I mean, it looks quite rusted and old.
Okay. I'm going to use the blade of my spade, and I'm going to indicate for Nathaniel to just hold the chain so that it doesn't fall to the ground and make a lot of noise. And I'm going to prise against it to try and get some leverage to essentially break it open, but without doing damage.
Give me a strength athletics roll, please.
Oh, that's going to end well. Let's have a look here.
Bonus for leverage?
I'm taking that into account.
I got a 10 for 1 level of success.
That is sufficient. This is a very old chain. It just sort of gently plink, snaps as
Perfect.
you prise the shovel down.
Excellent.
Leaving your hands coated in rust as you take them away, Nathaniel.
Perfect. I'm going to put the chains hanging over the other handle of the door, so that if someone again was to walk past, if they're not looking for it, the chain is on the door and they would just continue walking.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go into the house.
As you step in, there is thick, heavy dust on all of the surfaces. There appears to be old furniture that has had sort of dust sheets thrown across them, though a lot of them look to be quite moth-eaten. There are cobwebs sort of dangling from the ceiling and in every doorway. it looks completely deserted, and again there is that oppressive feeling of silence, though it's different than it was outside. There isn't that tension that you were feeling from what you presume to be another machine. It stops at the threshold like that.
Okay.
The sort of floor is herringbone, sort of arranged wooden tiles. It all has that vaguely... it feels like it, just from the look of the design, not that you'd particularly be overly familiar with very sort of fancy places like this, but it looks old and like it's an old design. It looks like maybe it's from a century ago.
Understood. I'm going to not even look around the house because I'm aware that Tristan and Alice are still moving towards the Abbey. I'm just going to look for the stairs and aim to get as high as I can, as quickly as I can, and get set up.
Yeah, there's like a grand staircase in front of you that you're able to sort of go up. Again, sort of threadbare, worn carpet.
I will be very cautious with each footfall, feeling as I put my weight very gently down to make sure I don't go through the stairs. I'm exercising caution, but with haste.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hopefully no one else does.
Thankfully, despite the fact that the outside has been quite weather beaten and therefore the wood has started to give, it doesn't look like it's come through to here yet. So everything seems to be reasonably sound. As you sort of head up through the staircase, you're able to get up to the second floor and then up to the first floor and then up to the second, and situate yourself in what looks like it was perhaps once a study. There were lots of very, very old books across the shelves in here and a writing desk. And from the window here, you can see in the distance the asylum below. Looks like this is the closest point at which to set yourself up if you wish to use the machine here.
Perfect, excellent. Yep, I'm going to look around immediately for something to prop this large tuning fork into or wedge it into in some way, shape or form so that it's held up and can vibrate freely.
It looks like there's actually a place where an inkwell was intended to sit in the old writing desk that's perfect for that purpose.
Excellent. That's exactly what I would do. I would set that up. I'd look around, I'd catch Nathaniel's eye, and I would go, I'm all set. Get going.
Be safe. And then
Always.
Nathaniel's going to get out.
Father,
Yes, Edmund.
look after Skip.
He's going to nod and then walk off.
Edmund, you're left alone in this rapidly darkening room as the sun gets lower on the horizon.
As I look out the window, what can I see? Do I have a view of them moving towards this? I would now like to use my megascope if I can to keep an eye on things so I can time what I do for the most impact.
I was using the megascope. Given you know where they're headed, you're able to keep an eye on them from here, and you're able to spot Nathaniel and eventually see him sort of meet up with Alice and Tristan. You can also see Skip looking forlornly back at the house a couple of times, even though he pats along at Nathaniel's ankle.
Alice is going to slow down, and as she sees him kind of looking back, she's going to... There. It's all right. You'll be back to him before you know it.
Oh! And he sort of slaps his long tongue against your wrist.
There's a good boy. And then continue on.
The rest of you, you're approaching on foot. Where are you intending to sort of try and get ingress to this building?
Question. Oh no, I was saying that's a good question.
Ah, okay.
I feel like at this time of day, the kitchens would be the most quiet and also where none of the official staff would be hanging around. So if we can find a way in there, that would be...
So given the way the kitchens are positioned, the only ways through are through the gatehouse, with the gate currently closed. And that is where you saw the clockwork men before as well. So it would be difficult to approach the kitchens from the side that you have seen before. There could be other entrances that could get you there, but they are within this sort of courtyard that is otherwise sort of interior to this building.
Are there any open windows from where we can see?
Make me a perception notice roll.
Oh, I hate those. 17 for 5 levels of success.
You think you see, and it takes you a moment to sort of spot it because it's so barely there, but it looks like there is a small piece of wood wedged under the window, a window towards the front. It looks to be on, if you're facing the front of the building, it's just on the right hand side of like this sort of main entrance section of the building. There looks like a small like piece of wood wedged underneath it, seeming just to allow a draft in.
Nathaniel's gonna point at it and then look to Tristan and Alice.
It looks to be one floor up.
Is there a drain pipe or something similar that I can use to shimmy up?
There is a drain pipe nearby, yes.
Okay.
Even without shimmying, can Tristan just boost her up?
Tristan could boost her up. To do that, you would have to be in full view of the window below it, though.
Valid.
Are you approaching and intending to chew at the drain pipe?
That's the plan.
Anyone who is heading over to the building, I'm going to say, is going to need to make a crime dexterity roll to sneak effectively.
Nathaniel is gonna look at that window, and maybe if he stands on his tiptoes, he can reach it, but he's not gonna be able to do it sneakily. So he's gonna offer that the other two can try and get in and find a door for Nathaniel to come in through. I wanna, from the outside of the property, just kind of follow them through the windows with my gun and the scope aimed inside, if I can.
Okay. Which gun are you using?
It's the regular rifle. Has the scope on it, so...
I don't believe it's a scoped rifle yet.
I asked for a scope, and we paid for a scope,
yes,
so I'm pretty sure there's a scope on it.
Okay. She'll need to be a little bit of a distance, but that's doable. Alice and Tristan, if you're approaching, could you make me crime dexterity rolls, please? And Sean, if you want to just highlight when you want to start ringing the tuning fork as well, you let me know.
Yep, absolutely.
11 for 2 levels of success.
I only got one. I feel like, though, she's better at stealthing than this, so I'm using a drama point retroactively just to make it a little higher.
So, while that happens, if I can, while that happens, I am not just putting the scope on them. I am having a look around and keeping an eye out for perimeter people wandering around, etc., 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 and just being wary and conscious of that.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. Alice can retroactive drama point that. That would bring it up to a roll of 14, which I believe is 3 levels of success.
There you go.
As you are boosted up, Alice, I will say, Nathaniel, you are able to see, walking along the ground floor corridor, is a man in a high sort of collared coat and a wide-brimmed hat with a very pale face, slightly obscured, who just as Alice sort of steps past the place the window could see. Momentarily, you see this pale porcelain face looking out, and then goes along and again turns, looks out the window, goes along and turns, looks out the window, just periodically walking along. Can I get a dexterity acrobatics or dexterity athletics from both Alice and Tristan to shimmy up this drain pipe and get in through this second floor window?
Mm-hmm. On it.
12 again for 2 levels of success.
Oh, fuck off. She can't be doing this badly.
That's a 0 level success from Alice. Are you going to retroactively drama point that?
You know what? I've got the maximum amount. I might as well start burning through them. I will.
Okay. A retroactive drama point would raise that to 3 levels of success. As such, you are able to shimmy up the drain pipe. Tristan is able to get his foot over onto the sort of lintel of this window, push his hand under and lift up this window, and then help Alice through. You are stood in a stairwell. There are stairs going up and stairs going down. There is also doors to your left and right. The door to your left would go into the sort of main reception building that seems to be at the front. The door to your right would go at the corridor going around this figure 8 towards the back and towards the gatehouse.
I say we head downwards, and I'm going to sort of motion for that so that we can let Nathaniel in.
Yep. I'll go along with that.
Okay. You head down the stairs. You reach the base of the stairwell. Again, there is a door going left into this main reception. There is a door going right into the corridor that's going around towards the gatehouse.
Which way would go towards like one of the windows that we saw, like the one with the wood under it? Or was that...
That's the that's the one you used to get in.
Okay. Got a little confused there for a sec.
No, that's right.
Just trying to figure out which way we can let him in.
I mean, you could conceivably open the ground floor window and let him in that way.
Oh, yeah, sure. That makes sense.
That works.
Okay. You open the ground floor window, and Nathaniel, you see them open the ground floor window. What they cannot see is the figure in the long coat has turned on his heel and started walking back and checking the windows and is going back along the corridor towards them.
So I don't have much time, and they don't have much time?
Precisely.
Can they see me?
I will say so, because they will know to look for you.
I think I'd kind of want to gesture towards them that someone is coming.
I don't believe you pre-agreed any signs, so how would you gesture this?
I think I'd go like this and then point towards whatever window he's right at now.
Okay. For our listeners, that's pointing at both of his eyes and then pointing off in the direction of what he's looking at. The other two, I'll say you can see him doing that.
Just immediately following where he's pointing.
He's pointing along the corridor to the door to your left as you look out from the front.
Is there anywhere like near the stairwell or anything where we can hide?
It does look to be like a few just loose boxes and stuff stuffed underneath the stairs, which conceivably could conceal you for a moment.
Okay, any port in a storm.
Quickly closing the window so that we're not doing a thing, and then, taking cover.
Could you please make me crime dexterity rolls? I will give you each a +3 for having a really good hiding spot. But
Oh, good. So that'll be a +1 for that.
Whew! 15 for 4 levels of success.
Okay, adding in the... Oh, fuck! That's the worst I could have rolled. What is... Alice is not firing on all cylinders today. It's a roll of 9 for 1 level of success.
That's what you get for withdrawing from magic morphine.
Thankfully, the Clockwork Guardsman does not spot you nonetheless, and again just turns and starts walking back down the corridor.
Okay. As soon as he's gone, then Tristan will open the window back up and gesture.
Nathaniel, you going over?
Yes. Nathaniel has, in this time, unpacked both of his guns and put them in the holsters. So he's got like 2 huge parallel rifles on his back, which is going to make climbing through the window a bit more difficult. But he's going to pass Skip through first, and then climb.
I'm going to need a crime dexterity roll to make your way across.
Yes.
I'm not going to give you disadvantage for the rifles, but they're not helping.
Crime dex. My dex isn't awful. 9
Ooh.
for 1 level of success.
I will keep the Clockwork Man's 0 on his notice as
Okay.
you manage to just time it so that as he's between the 2 windows to dash over and clamber through the window. It requires a bit of help from Tristan and Alice, but you manage it.
Okay.
I assume you shut the window behind you.
Yes.
You know that the Clockwork Guardsman is coming back this way. Where are you headed?
I would suggest giving Skip the piece of purple dress that we found to sniff again.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't know how to communicate to Skip that he shouldn't just dash off, that we should do this slowly. Do you think that just from being around Edmund a lot, that Nathaniel would kind of know how to do that, or no?
Make me a willpower influence roll, and you may add +2 for animal empathy.
I'm so glad I took animal empathy. This has been doing me so much good. 12 for 2 levels of success.
I would say you know enough to say sort of like graveyard quiet, which is the thing that keeps Skip from making overly like bold moves and keeps him sort of healed and quiet. And if you press the scarf to his nose after saying that, he sort of like starts padding in the direction of the door that would lead towards the Clockwork Soldier, skids slightly, cocks his head, and then skitters back and starts going up the stairs.
Follow those dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Smart as ever.
You're able to get up to the 2nd floor, and at that point he starts like scrabbling at the door going to sort of the left.
Okay.
Carefully
Can I
opening
listen behind the door first before we open it?
Please make a perception notice roll.
Danger? Yes? No?
Not for danger at this point, no.
Okay. 9 for 1 level of success.
You hear what sounds like a man's voice, maybe singing to himself. It sounds not entirely cogent. It's very much sort of half singing, half humming sort of thing that people do and that maybe aren't able to hear themselves clearly.
Okay.
It's very out of tune. But that's all you can hear.
He'll gesture for Tristan to open the door.
He does so.
There is a broad corridor. There are windows on the right, and there look to be like a series of doors on the left with heavy sort of locks on them. The corridor sort of stretches away from you and then sort of banks about 45 degrees to the left and disappears.
All right. Keep going, I guess.
Skip will sort of wait at the threshold until one of you steps across, and then we'll start skittering down the corridor. Edmund, I will say at this point, as they sort of near the end of that, you can see from your vantage point as they come around the corner, you can see them appear in the 2nd floor window, the 1st floor window rather. As you're passing the one of the doors, you hear that singing coming from it. It doesn't appear to be words. It sounds like someone trying to sing, but they aren't making words. They're just making sort of sounds that could be words but aren't of any language you understand.
Is there like a window on the door or anything we can look through to see who that is?
No, it looks like other than the heavy lock, it looks like it's just a standard residential door. There is, actually, you notice outside of each of the doors there appears to be small cabinets that look to have sort of like just a few sort of accoutrements like pitchers, that kind of thing, as in pitchers of liquid, not pictures, and a drawer that looks to be to hold sort of like paperwork and that kind of thing.
Is the drawer locked, or does it look like...
The door doesn't appear to be locked.
Okay. I am going to check it before I open it, just to see if there's like any kind of, I don't know, trap or something.
Yeah, maybe perception notice roll.
Okay. Here we go. There's the thing there. Okay, there we go. 3 levels of success.
There doesn't appear to be any trap on it. It just appears to be a regular drawer and a regular cabinet.
Cool. She's going to open the cabinet as quietly as possible, just to see like paperwork and see like if it's got any information on who's inside.
It does. It appears to be patient notes for a patient suffering with aphasia, which is a condition whereby the language centre of the brain is damaged, and therefore people will try and speak but will make effectively sounds that sound like speech. It appears to be a man in his mid-30s. His name is Rogier Egbert.
Okay, so not the John Watson we're looking for?
No.
Okay. Then she'll just put it back and... Although, you said there are other cabinets for each of the rooms?
There appear to be.
Okay, as we go along, she's going to check them just to see who's in there and if it's one of the people they're looking for.
You go along, and most of them appear to be empty. You get to the room that's on the corner, and as you open that name jumps out at you because that name is Edward Fownhope.
Say what? She's still being quiet, but she's gonna like hold up the paper and kind of point to it to show the others and just be like,
Anyway,
I'm assuming Tristan was sort of doing a should we go in type motion. And
Yeah.
Alice is gonna take a second to look between the paper and the door before shaking her head like, we're not here for this, we're here for them. But it's good to keep an eye on it, so she'll kind of just put it back and, we'll continue on. I assume.
Nathaniel would also point towards Skip, who's probably not waiting for us.
No, Skip is already at the far end of the corridor, just scrabbling against the door.
Are there like multiple patient notes in here about him?
Yes.
I'm just gonna grab a couple. Not the ones that are on top, but just some of the ones that are in there.
Yep, you're able to strip those into your satchel.
Yep.
Okay. Carrying on to the end of the corridor?
Mm-hmm. Although Alice is still gonna, if there's like rooms between there and the end of the corridor, then she'll still check those just to be safe. But yeah, continue on.
Most of the other rooms do appear to be empty, but the other ones you find, these are patient notes for male patients, and they all to be fairly standard things you would expect to be treated in an institution of this type. When you reach the door that Skip is scrapping against, is there anything in particular you would like to do?
Listen at the door again?
Make me a perception notice roll.
Okay. Pushing Nathaniel to the front.
Danger, yes.
No danger at this stage.
13 for 3 levels of success.
There is no real sound coming from the other side of this door.
While they assess the door, do I have line of sight of this, or am I like what have I seen?
So what you're able to see, in fact, make me a perception notice roll.
No worries. Please continue on while I roll that if you like.
Yeah. If you're opening the door and going through, you come through to a room that appears to have a pulley mechanism. 2 successes. I will get to you in a second. Thank you. Pulley mechanism to basically raise and lower the gate below here. It looks like it connects to sort of the outside winches that you saw before, Alice and Nathaniel, when you visited with the greengrocer's cousin. So there is a matching door on the other side. It looks like this is essentially over the gatehouse, and this is the sole function of this room. On 2 successes, Edmund, you have been able to see them go up to this door. There don't appear to be any outside windows on the gatehouse, so you can't see them once they go in there. But you've been able to see them move up to that point. You can also see going up behind them appears to be the Clockwork Soldier, but he steps into that corridor as they step out of it. So they appear to have avoided him, at least for now.
Perfect. I'm going to, given I can't see them, I am now going to focus on that particular Clockwork character and try and follow them as they continue moving.
I will give you this for free. What it looks like they're doing is effectively doing a circuit, checking out each of the windows along a corridor, going back, doing that a few more times on one corridor, and then going up to another floor and doing it a few more times and doing it. It looks like, ironically, it looks like almost a clockwork mechanism. It's very, very static and timed and ticking along and doing this sort of routine along each of the floors.
Excellent. Great. As I'm looking at that, I'm going to just kind of take a mental note of the frequency and how many times they're doing a loop of each corridor, just so I've got a sense of the rhythm of that.
Yes, that makes sense. The 3 of the rest of you, what would you like to do?
Well, Skip led us here, right? Is there another door leading out?
He's just run across to the other side where the other door is and is suddenly sort of
okay.
He's sat there waiting for one of you.
Okay. Onwards.
Okay. You get here and you open the doors. Here there are only windows on the left-hand side. There are no windows looking out the right. Sorry, are you listening at this door? Again, I kind of skipped a bit. Did you want to listen to this door? Well, does someone want to make me a perception notice roll?
All right, ears.
Someone.
Someone.
How
Got
much
that.
do you add if it's for danger?
I would add 2, so that
So
would
that's
make it a
called
14.
14. 3 levels of success. You've never heard her voice, but you can hear a woman's voice, and it seems like it's coming from a distance down the corridor. And I understand the fact that you find her interesting, John, but she's a danger, and if she's here, you can be sure those reprobates and my former sister are not going to be far behind. You should just let me kill her. You just hear a muffled response. What possible value can an experiment that was conducted almost 30 years ago have to you now? Come, John, please, just... It worries me so. Please let me take care of it. And that's... It sounds like maybe they've moved away or a door has been closed, because that's where the conversation appears to cut off.
Since we don't know if that was a yes or no, I feel like Nathaniel would want to hurry a little bit. more.
Yep.
Lucy's very good at convincing people.
So you're opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This corridor is a bit darker. There are doors on the right-hand side here. There are windows on the left, but because it's looking into the courtyard, it's not getting as much direct sunlight, leaving the corridor significantly gloomier. As you open the door, you can hear faint whimpers, murmuring, coming from sort of the doors along the sort of path to your right. They are significantly more reinforced than the ones in the other wing that you've just been in, and there are slots that can clearly be pulled across to look in along each of them.
Alright. Alice isn't going to be checking anymore because, we've been given motivation to hurry. We're still, I'd say, probably still going to try to keep things, we're not going to run. But, race walk, maybe?
Okay. I'll say, as you get towards the end of that corridor, you can see there is one door that is different from the others. It appears to be a glass-fronted door. And it's from there that you can still hear muffled voices, one male, one female. Not quite in an argument, but definitely in a debate.
Glass-fronted, so if we walk past it, they might see us.
Correct.
Okay, here's a question. Are there pipes on the ceiling?
There appear to be pipes in the ceiling. Just to be clear as well, it's the top pane that is glass-fronted, it's not the entire door.
Oh, okay, good. That makes things a little easier.
Yeah.
In that event, Alice is just gonna, and then get on hands and knees and kind of go underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
That will bring you to the end of the corridor where Skip is already sort of there, sort of patting from one foot to the other, waiting. I will let you have the same roll to listen at that door. You can't currently hear anything from the other side of it. It opens on a stairwell, at which point Skip immediately starts to sort of pad down.
Can I make another roll to maybe hear more of that discussion as we're crawling past that door?
Certainly. Make me a perception notice roll.
Another 12 for 2.
It's not just my decision. Em will want to have input on what we do with her. She's Barnabas's daughter. Well, the matron wouldn't want us to... Fine. I'll leave it with you. That said, there's nothing to say I can't talk with her, is there now? You are incorrigible, Lucy. Fine, go and have some fun. But do leave her in mostly one piece for me, won't you? There sounds like what is effectively just like a giggle and the sound of hands being clapped together. And footsteps towards the door, which you are currently kneeling by. As you book it, you're able to sort of get through and close the door behind you as you hear someone step out into the corridor just behind you.
There's no way to, lock it from this side, or is there anything we can use to... Okay, we'll just have to run then.
Okay. So you're heading down the stairs at this point. Oliviera. There is a heavy door with a bolt on it in front of you. On the other side there is Sherlock Holmes. Your hands are very sore. Your right one is bleeding ever so slightly. What would you like to do?
Okay. So how much time have I got before they're about to run down the steps into my corridor?
You have no way of knowing that.
Okay. Sorry, what I meant is, has this...
This is
Phrasing,
squishy time.
Lucia,
It's
phrasing.
vaguely contemporaneous, but that's for me to know
Cool.
and you to find out.
Okay, good. Glad that's established. I would like to talk to Sherlock Holmes, please. I would just like to say, Mr. Holmes, my name is Dr. Rice. I've just escaped. Please let me in. If you can. If you have any way of letting me in.
The bolt's on your side, darling. That's not Sherlock Holmes speaking, that's me. The bolt is on your side of the door.
Okay, but she needs to know if there are any tricks or traps before she attempts to open it.
He sort of looks up from where he's chained to the floor. No, if you were a hallucination, you'd be smarter than that, because it would be my brain talking. I'm chained to the floor. How am I supposed to let you in?
It is you.
I'm not entirely sure I like the fact you figured that out because I was being an arsehole. No, stop talking!
Slides the vault across. Goes in. Is there a way... Just trying to figure out... Is there anything in this cell at all?
Just him. And the same sort of apparatus, all remains of an apparatus that were on the floor. And
How do you mean,
chains
sorry?
holding. As in the magical sigil, the piles of ash, all of those things are still here. Same
Okay.
as they were in your cell.
Okay. How... Okay. I'm going to try and get him out.
Looking at the shackles, it is possible to unbolt them from the floor more easily than it is to get them off his wrists. They are locked to his wrists. They are bolted to the floor. You think that with some leverage you might be able to get the bolts loose.
Let me give it a go.
Yes, that's the ticket. Sorry, who did you say you were? And could you make me I'm going to say strength engineering roll, because it's kind of a combination of the two.
There it is. Sorry, I'm having to change categories here.
It's all right.
Strength engineering. 13 for 3 levels of success.
You are able to effectively take a strip off your tear a strip off your skirt and wrap it multiple times around the bolt, and actually use that as a form of like leverage to loosen it the first sort of half turn, and then start unscrew it with your thumb and fingers.
Dr. Oliviera Rice, I'm one of the Lanterns of London.
Who?
How long have you been here?
I don't know.
I suppose it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't it? Oh, I'm sorry, that's
I'm here
probably
to help
not
get you
funny.
out, Mr. Holmes.
Well, excellent. I would like to get out. I would like to get out most quickly. It hurts in here.
It may be difficult once we're outside of here. This cell, I mean.
It's
There are
not
people.
great in here, so...
There are people on their way, and not all of them are on our side. We may need your help.
Great. I can be helpful. That sounds wonderful. Could you help me get this other chain loose from the floor?
I do so.
Okay.
Same role?
I'll say you just get to do it off the first one, so get the other bolt loose. Oh, I haven't stood in quite some time. That is going to be unpleasant. Who did you say you were?
It doesn't matter, sir. friend.
I don't have many of those. Where's John?
We're not sure yet. We haven't come across him.
Who's we? Who's here with you?
A group of like-minded individuals who wish to help you. And me, apparently.
Okay. And who did you say? I asked that already. I've been asked. I am not myself. I apologise.
It'll take time.
Everything does. Leon Macduff. We're burning something. There's no window. You said there is a threat of some description. It's not that blasted doctor, is there?
Yes, potentially.
Ah, excellent. And he sort of just spins his wrist slightly to wrap the chain multiple times around his wrist, and then grabs one end just to add as much weight to his fist as possible. I am behind you.
Thank you very much. And head out into the corridor. I will support him if necessary and if I'm able to.
Could you make me a perception doctor roll?
Yeah. We could see what state he's in. Change that from Dex. Another 13 for 3 levels of success.
As he's standing and stepping out into the corridor where there is not much light, but maybe a little bit trickling underneath the door towards the end of the corridor, he is visibly severely injured. He has clearly got bruises, scrapes, what look like burn marks on his temples.
Oh, God.
He has been battered. There is also a feverishness to his eyes that is concerning to you.
Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do to treat it now, so I'll just have to keep an eye on how he's doing.
You would be making a doctor roll with a -2 disadvantage to try and do first aid on him at this point.
I mean, I've got no provisions at all, have I?
You've got things that you could... Anything that you could scrape together from what you currently have in your person, i.e. bandages, that kind of thing, from torn clothing, that kind of thing.
I'm going to give that a go then. Was it Doctor...
Doctor roll -2. So Doctor Intelligence with a -2.
Okay. Cool. 12 for 2 levels of success.
He regains 2 hit points. So you managed to bandage one of the wounds on his upper arm. Thank you.
It's not much, but it's worth a try.
Better than nothing. Who did you say you were?
My name is Dr. Oliviera Rice, and...
You're Barnabas Rice's daughter, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
He takes a step back.
You've heard
working
things.
With Seward?
No. I had not heard of anything my father did until this morning.
Well, Mr. Cavendish thinks you're all right. That's enough for, well, John, and if it's enough for John, it's enough for me. On you go.
On we go. Where do we go? What seems the most logical?
There is a crack of light coming from a door at the end of the corridor. That is the only thing that you can really see from where you are.
Cool. I head as stealthily as possible towards there. I'd like to look through any other doorways on the way along the corridor. See who else is in here.
As you sort of slide open, there appears to just be... You slide open the first one, and what you see is a pallid, thin form in the same restrictive clothing that you see that Holmes is currently dressed in, though his is not tied back. Neither is this person. They are currently chained to the floor in the same way he was, in the same way you were. But this creature is pallid. Its hair has begun to fall out in long chunks that litter the floor around it. The eyes are wide and bulbous, and the nose appears to have begun the process of atrophying.
I assume I see the same cabinets with notes and things, right?
No.
Oh. Okay. I ask their name. It's very hushed.
As you ask their name, their eyes snap up towards the slot, and immediately they start to pull at their chains and gnash like a starving animal towards you.
I shut the thing and I carry on.
Yes, not excellent conversationalists on this floor, unfortunately.
Worth a try.
It was. Poor man.
Do you know who he was? Any idea?
I'm trying to recall. He did tell me. But he was not the first in that cell, and I suspect he won't be the last.
There's a man called Renfield next to me.
Oh, I've heard him. He's quite mad.
He kept talking about his master speaking in his head.
Well, yes, I said he was quite mad. That's generally... If you hear people speaking in your head, that's generally a bad sign. I'm taking it as one.
Oliviera says nothing about her own experience. Carry on looking through any more hatches as we go.
They are all profoundly altered and injured people in the same vein as the first.
Okay.
There's only a few doors between you and that exit. However, Tristan, Nathaniel, and Alice, you are currently making your way down the stairs as swiftly as possible. I need each of you to make me crime dexterity rolls.
Making my way downstairs.
9
Walking
for one
fast.
level of success.
11 for 2 levels of success.
You're also good at crime.
I was muted. 12 for 2.
2. Okay.
Ah, she rolled a 3. Well,
Lucy
3 levels of
rolls a
success.
3. 3 levels of success. Who's... It just goes quiet above you.
Going faster.
Okay. You barrel down to the end of these stairs. It goes quite... yes, Nathaniel?
I want to know if she's following or if she's getting reinforcements, because that's going to change the game plan.
Do you wait for her?
I would like to listen, mostly.
Make me a perception notice roll.
This one to spot danger.
On.
Yes!
I think so. I
Very
think
much
so.
so.
I really want someone to count the number of perception plus notice rolls that we've been called for in this campaign.
It's
Oh,
almost like
gosh.
it's the thing that lets you see things.
13 for 3.
The door above you opens, closes. There is a long pause, and then it opens and closes again. And then you hear her coming down the stairs.
Oh no.
Nathaniel's going to wait.
Okay, so you're indicating to carry on. You get to the bottom of the staircase, down below ground floor, you realise, counting the flights. and Skip is sort of stood looking up at a door going to your left.
Go in.
You open the door to a momentarily blinded Oliviera, and stood behind her a man in a what looks like an open straitjacket with chains tied around his wrists, with long, lanky hair.
Alice is gonna
Thanks.
have a moment of like motion that like someone is coming downstairs, and then she's gonna look over at Nathaniel. She's gonna reach down underneath her dress and pull out her revolver, point it at the door, and she's gonna like, come on, do the same like motion for that.
So you're going into the corridor to then look outwards.
Olivia is very quietly whispering, "It's Sherlock Holmes. It's Mr. Sherlock Holmes. We're getting him out. There are other people we may be able to get out to help us.
Okay.
Sherlock, these are our friends."
You say our friends, but I still don't know who you are.
My name is Dr. Oliviera Rice. I'm a doctor.
You said that twice. Are you not convinced?
I'm attempting to convince you.
I can tell you're a doctor, I just don't know who you are. You've stepped into the corridor and pointing a revolver at the door.
Yeah, just waiting for Lucy to come down.
Nathaniel, what would you like to do?
Hey, do you remember in Helsing Ultimate Abridged, the scene where they where they invade the compound and then there's the bitches love cannons?
I do remember bitches love cannons.
I'm gonna aim the elephant gun at the door, at the ready, and I am going to ready an action that as soon as Lucy walks in, I'm gonna fire the gun and I'm gonna drama point that shot. You better believe it.
I'm doing the exact same, just with the revolver.
Okay. You were
And
stood.
again, that shot's gonna alert the whole building.
We're pretty far down. It might not.
Oh, it will.
Well, it's an elephant gun. It's
Oh, well, fair point.
You'd be lucky if you have eardrums afterwards.
I also have another idea, but I what if we all got in an empty cell and we closed the door behind us and then we left Oliviera's cell door a little bit open so that she looks inside and then we shove her in
Shove her
like
in.
and then we hope that whoever's upstairs doesn't know the difference between Oliviera screaming and Lucy screaming.
Sounds good.
I'd rather kill her, but
We can do that too.
Well, that's an idea. At the very least, this won't alert anyone.
She'll just
Okay.
be in a contained space. It's fine.
Empty cell. Go, 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 go.
So you're running over which cell? The only empty cell appears to be one that was recently occupied by Sherlock Holmes. So you're
All
leaving-
crowded to Sherlock's cell.
Oh, I really don't want to go in there again. I really don't want to go in there again. Can I stay out here? Would they mind?
Mr. Holmes, it's going to be
She'll likely
fine.
kill you.
It'll just
Is
be
he
for a
some-
moment.
He appears to weigh that in his head for a moment. Oh, very well. And sort of steps inside.
Nice.
I need to make a roll.
We need to make sure that Sherlock's cell can fasten, and that one of us is hiding outside of it.
Oh, please let me do it.
Okay.
There is nowhere to hide outside of it. You would need to open the door behind her and sneak up on her. That is the best chance you would have.
Okay. Just have to hope she doesn't notice that Sherlock's is also unbolted.
We'll see.
Maybe if we hold it shut, she won't be looking towards that. She'll be focusing on
On the one that's open. Yeah.
the one that's open and the one that's her target. So.
I need a decision now. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think so. Yeah.
I need a member of the party who is going to be shoving her to please make me a crime dexterity roll.
Face.
I will be doing it, and I will be drama pointing it
Waited for this moment.
for a very long time. Haha! With the added drama point, it's a roll of 25, 7 levels of success.
You see her very, through, the tiniest sliver of the hatch, moving down the corridor. She has her parasol sword at the ready. And as she sort of turns and pushes open the door with the sort of parasol pointed out in front of her and something on her wrist pointed into the room, you're able to sort of open the door, sneak up behind her, and I need a strength athletics roll for me to shove her in.
Okay, strength athletics.
Got this. You drama pointing this one as well.
I should.
Is it? Ooh.
That's a roll of 16, 4 levels of success.
Good that you drama pointed it.
You do get to make one as well, but it's a
Yeah.
-2 because she was surprised.
Come on.
0 levels of success.
Okay.
She stumbles violently forward, almost drops the sword, putting her hand down to catch herself, and as she turns towards you, you're able to slam the door and bolt it shut.
Just before she does, Alice is going to go, "Hello, Lucy dear. Oh, you look awful." Slam the door.
You cello-faced cat! Slams the door in front.
Sticks and stones, darling. And then she's going to, come back, open the door. We're fine.
Okay. Good plan. Good plan.
Shall we away?
Let's.
I think that sounds good.
Is there a way to look in? Can I see into Lucy's cell?
You would open the hatch, yes.
As we're passing by, I open the hatch, keeping away from it for a second.
A needle just shoots out and sort of embeds itself in the opposite wall.
Oh, that's new.
Tristan leans forward. Am I looking at her?
No, when you look in, you can't see her.
Well,
Don't give her an opportunity.
I'm not giving her an opportunity. I just want her to feel comfortable and appropriate in her surroundings, and to contribute to the ambiance. Just a little. And his eyes briefly flash blue in case she's looking at him somewhere in there.
There's no response.
Oh, more's the pity. Closes it back.
If it's not treading on toes and if it's not too much, I'd like to try something similar.
What are you looking to do?
I'd like to use the sight through the hatch.
Valid?
You can't see anything in the room other than the vague sort of glowing around the sort of piles of ash that you can see before. There's the slightest hint of an aura, maybe just sort of travelling from the right-hand corner of the room that's up against the wall that you can't see. It would imply that she sort of pressed herself into the corner so that you can't see her from the door.
I'd like to just say something very briefly. Just kind of projecting a quiet whisper as much as she can. Hey kid. Those who hunt monsters, slam the hatch shut. Go.
Okay. You're heading back out towards the stairwell.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to take 3 things off
You
my
do.
life points.
As you're heading towards the stairwell, there is a shimmer that you can see in the air, Oliviera.
Mm-hmm.
And Sherlock Holmes clutches his head and screams. No! No! Stay out! I don't want you in here! Stay out! He sort of
Shock.
collapses to the ground. As he looks up at you, you can see his eyes are glowing bright yellow. And from all of the cells along the row that you're stood next to, you hear the same agonized screaming.
Oh, God.
Does Edmund hear that from the distance he is at?
You can't hear that, but I would like you to make me a perception notice roll.
How is Renfield doing?
Renfield, if you look on him, is the only person who doesn't appear to be reacting.
Well, for 2 levels of success.
There is a vibration in your pocket. As you pull out the case with the tuning forks in it, one of them is violently vibrating.
I'm going to whack the tuning fork with every ounce of my meager strength using the wrench coated in the cloth.
As you do, hundreds of feet away, Sherlock collapses to his knees and catches himself, and his head's come down from his temple. His eyes are still sort of flickering with a slight yellow light, but it's not as extreme. I can feel them crawling around inside my head.
Edmund is not going to let the large tuning fork come to a standstill. Every time its vibrations are running, kind of tapering off, he's going to hit it again and just going to continuously do that.
Well, if that's not a sign, we should go.
I'd like to briefly talk to Renfield.
What is it you're looking to say to him?
Was that him?
Was that who?
Your master.
What are you talking about, woman?
It seems that everyone heard voices in their head. Was that him?
I
Was he
didn't
talking
hear
to
him.
us?
I don't know. No. He wouldn't talk to you. He only talks to me.
Good luck. Okay.
I don't need luck.
She doesn't hear it. She's gone.
Heading to the stairwell, I need perception notice rolls from the party. This is to detect danger. Rena, you're currently muted.
Okay.
I have once again rolled the worst that I could, a 3 for 0 levels of success.
The rest of us are getting 2 levels of success with 11s and 12s.
You can hear sounds of very heavy footfalls coming down the stairs from above.
Oh, no, it's them.
It's who?
The, automatons.
I believe the correct styling there is automata.
Could I intuit that they're the ones that we saw in the streets or a time ago? Or
Those are the only ones you're aware of.
okay.
Mr. Holmes, this is not a time for lessons in Latin declension.
Agree to disagree.
Someone's got to clench.
So they're coming from upstairs. Is there more downstairs?
Is there a downstairs?
There is nothing downstairs. You're at the sub-level right now.
Okay.
There's no other way out other than up these stairs.
There is no other way out of these stairs. There is a door across from you, but presumably it leads to a similar corridor. You could check it.
It's worth a check.
Could we do the same thing by leaving that door open and hiding behind this one?
What, then
You
sneaking round and locking them downstairs?
Yeah, and then just Scooby-Doo them and go upstairs.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
Worth a shot.
Okay, you open that door opposite you
Mhm.
to hear similar screaming, though this one is in a slightly higher pitch.
There's no other way out that we can see.
It looks like it's a corridor of exactly the same design.
Is there a light we can turn on here?
Not that you can see. I'm going to say the footfalls are almost on you. You need to make a decision to what you're doing now.
Yeah.
I think that's a good as plan. A good.
Yeah.
We're Scooby Dooing. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
As good a
Okay.
plan as any. That's what I was trying to say. Meanwhile, Edmund relaxes in a house with a tuning fork.
There's more than one.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
As you pile back into the corridor you just left, there is the sound of the door opposite, several footfalls going through it, and then the door closing.
That would be our cue to go, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'd say so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You open the door. Immediately opposite you, there is a man with a porcelain face with his back to the door, guarding it, staring at you. I'm going to need everyone to roll me initiative.
Okay.
Everyone?
I'm going to need everyone to roll me initiative.
Oh.
Okay.
You and your tuning fork are included in this.
20.
18.
5.
19.
I'm
I
not meant to
think-
add any kind of modifier, am I? It's just as is.
It is as is, yes.
Cool.
I think 11 is the highest I've ever rolled on initiative, and I have a +5 on initiative. What is this?
I'm
Statistically
assuming
slightly
Sherlock
above
gets his own
average.
initiative.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does look like you're just rolling dog shit rather than anything else happening. I was going to see if, is the maths working? Yeah, the maths is working. Unfortunately, your dice rolls aren't. Okay, unfortunately, so that's going to be top of the round. Oh, one more for me, actually. Okay, top of the round, we have Tristan. Then Edmund.
Alice.
Then Alice. Then
Do we need to roll off for the 5s?
you also rolled 5. No, I know where I'll place you, it's fine.
Okay.
Tristan,
Yes.
you are the first one to react.
Okay. So what do I see?
The door has been opened. As the door is opened, there is just a clockwork man stood opposite, staring at you.
But it's just the one that I see in front of me?
Yes, at present.
Okay, then Tristan is going to take his cavalry saber and he's just going to start in on this thing. He knows how to fight them. He's done it before.
Okay.
Flashing
What's
for the
your-
places where he expects to see, pipes and tubes.
Go for it. Please make me your attack roll. He's going to attempt to dodge.
Okay. That is a 20 for 5 levels of success.
Oofed.
That is less on his part. So you're able to slash across him, dealing 20 points of damage, as this first one immediately, like, fluid starts to spurt out of some hydraulic mechanism that you've managed to slash across.
Uh-huh. And then, second action, Tristan is just going to, like, carry through the momentum from his first and launch another attack.
Okay, make me another attack.
That is one level of success.
But he is out of defensive actions, and 16 was precisely what was needed as you just slice your sword, cavalry saber, into a key mechanism twist, and the chest just falls apart around your blow.
Oh, I'm feeling really good about myself right now.
As well you should.
I will let the group move until another threat is pressing, but I will keep the initiative order where it is. So I'm assuming you're all heading up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Edmund, I need you to make a perception notice roll.
Okay. $13 for 3 levels of success.
You can see, marching up the hill from the asylum, there appears to be a man holding a tuning fork aloft and indicating to the 2 clockwork soldiers with him roughly the direction of the house.
Okay, he's not going to stop. He's going to continue hammering away at that tuning fork. He is not going to stop.
Understood. That's going to bring us to Alice. As you sort of reach the first floor, there is now the ground floor, there is a window that leads out. There appears to be doors to the left and doors to the right. Right would go into the main sort of larger sort of building at the back. Left would go into the sort of corridor leading to more holding cells that you've passed, kind of holding cells that you've passed before.
Okay, and just as a reminder, the glass-fronted door, was that on the second floor?
That was on the second floor, so it's floor above you.
Okay, so as she's getting up there, she's gonna like stop for a second and say like, "We need to find Dr. Watson as well. I'm going to ask the doctor," and she's gonna keep heading up to the second floor.
Okay. You're heading up to the second floor. That will bring us to, fortunately, the clockwork. You can hear below you a door opening again. It pushes a bunch of broken clockwork aside, and you can hear things coming up the stairs behind the party, but they do not reach you at this stage. Similarly, Edmund, you can see 2 clockwork advancing on the house at great speed. That'll bring us to Nathaniel. You're muted, Rena.
Muted, Rena.
I keep muting myself to cough, and then I keep forgetting to unmute myself.
Bless.
Is there a line of sight from where I am on the stairs to down where the other clockworks are?
Yeah, if you're leaning out into the sort of like the section between the stairs, you can see down and maybe sight one of them.
What range is that, would you say?
Short.
Short? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Do I want to fire the elephant gun now? No, I'm going to keep it because that takes a long while to reload. Just revolver, I think. Yeah, a revolver shot to whichever one I can see. $13 for 3 levels of success.
It's going to attempt to dodge. It got a 16, unfortunately.
Tragic.
As this first clockwork sort of stops, looks up and dodges back just as the shot sparks off the step where it was a second before. Anything else from Nathaniel?
I'm going to follow Alice further up.
Okay, you're following Alice. That will bring us to Skip, who is braced on the stairs and growling, but then his ears sort of perks up and cocks. At which point he turns around on the ground floor, pads twice, and just leaps straight through the glass of the window and starts sprinting away from the asylum.
Good boy.
Damn.
He's a good boy.
Good boys.
He's such a good boy. Good boys.
That will bring us to Oliviera.
Okay. I would like to. That's a very dramatic musical moment. I would like to turn to Sherlock and say, I'm heading up. Are you coming? And then just sprint up the stairs after Alice and Nathaniel.
What am I going to say? No? I don't know where I'm going.
You have free will, as she heads off.
Actually, most deterministic natural philosophy that's more and more common these days suggests that another time. And he will indeed take his turn to follow you up, but the clockwork are close behind. So he's going to hold his action, which will bring us back up to the top of the round with Tristan.
Okay, so are we following back up to... You know what? Actually, no. I can see the one that Nathaniel is shot at, right?
Yeah, it's coming up the stairs behind you, so it's not far behind.
So Tristan is just going to slide... Tristan's going to slide down the stairs like fucking Errol Flynn.
Can I get a dexterity acrobatics roll from you for that?
Only if I get a damage bonus from going aerial.
I will say you get a attack bonus for landing the hit.
Okay, that's one level of success to do stair surfing.
I will give it to you for panache. You will get an additional point towards your first attack.
Yes. So, first attack, swinging right in through. That is 16 for 4 levels of success and 19 damage.
The first one has used up his defensive action.
Mm-hmm.
So that does 19 points of damage. Again, you just managed to slice through the mechanism of the shoulder and break one of the arms off.
And he's going to follow up again, just turning into an elegant typhoon of violence. And that is a 17 for 5 levels of success and 20 damage.
And with that, he just managed to take the head off the second one. The jar containing the brains falls down and just shatters on the stairway.
Ever
What
so
might have
sorry.
been?
That will bring us to Edmund. You can see sprinting up the hill, getting closer and closer, these two clockwork soldiers. However, I'll let you keep the 3 from your section notice before. There is a figure looming behind them, sprinting up the hill, and it just bypasses the person holding the tuning fork entirely and just keeps coming up the hill at speed. That will bring us to Alice.
I assume she has reached the second floor at this point?
Yes.
Okay. She's gonna go over to the glass-fronted door and just have a quick peek inside to make sure he's still there.
No sign of him.
Shit. Okay. Quick look around the corridor. Does he look like he's nearby at all?
Not that you can see.
Okay. New plan. Inside there, is there anything that looks like a patient cabinet, like something that was like outside the doors, but like more comprehensive?
There does look to be essentially like almost an apothecary cabinet, but with like slides for each patient.
Okay. She's gonna go in and take a look at those and look for John Watson as a name, and see if she can like find out from that what room he's in.
He appears to be 3 rooms down from this very one.
Perfect. Heading there then.
Grand. As you do so, we'll go to the clockwork. One is still coming up the stairs and is going to go after Tristan, because he is the one who's closest by.
Tristan is going to... Oh, I really want to parry. How many
Give me a
drama points
decision.
do I have? Yeah, I'm going to parry and drama point it.
Okay. He rolls a 12. What ungodly number do you get?
Oh my
I roll
good
a
lord.
28 for 8 levels of success and 23 damage.
He goes to, like, you see, he raises his hand, and again it's turned into this blade, and as he raises his hand to bring it down, just this, like, flicker of steel just shoots up his body, and the arm just falls off, and the head just slowly turns around to look where the arm was a moment before, and then looks back to you. That will bring us to the clockwork that reach the crest of the hill, and literally one of them just leaps, and you hear the sound of shattering glass below you, Edmund, as one seems to just leap inside the house. Another one appears to be sprinting around the house to go to the front door. Nathaniel,
Yes.
that will be you.
I'm gonna fire another shot at the one that just lost an arm.
Okay, could you roll me a revolver shot? He is out of defensive actions.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh no, he has a defensive action now because he's just had his round go around.
12 for 2.
Let's see. 14, I'm afraid.
This is what happens when I don't drama point every shot I take. This is what happens.
That will bring us then, if there's nothing else from Nathaniel, this looming form runs towards you and leaps. You don't hear the sound of shattering glass this time. As this sort of tongue lulling, you just see this dog almost fly towards the house underneath you. And you just hear the sound of... In fact, you feel the sound of the ground underneath you shake as something is happening on the floor below you. Oliviera.
So I've also got to the room where Seward was and found no Seward.
Yes, but you found Alice going through
Alice
and has
is there.
figured out which room was.
Is any of my stuff in there?
There does appear to be a doctor's bag in there, yes, though you can't see any sign of the ticker, but you do see the derringer is laid out on the desk.
Grab my stuff.
Okay.
Grab my stuff, confer with Alice. But you've... What is it you're looking for? Is it... Did you find
Dr. Watson?
You found him?
He's just... Yes, his room is just down here. Come along.
Let's go get him.
Hearing that, Sherlock Holmes is going to... Actually, Sherlock Holmes... Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was going to say, quick question. Are there any other names that catch my eye?
I can't think of any that would.
Okay, I was specifically looking for her mother's name, but...
No.
Okay.
No sign of that.
Or her father's. Her father should be in there, right?
It doesn't appear to be so.
Okay. Right.
Sherlock is going to have turned tail at some point and gone back down the stairs to where the fighting is happening. And Tristan, you just feel someone just tap you on the shoulder. If you'd pardon me, good chap. There is a crunch as he just punches as hard as he can over your shoulder, and the porcelain face just shatters, and the crank behind it cracks and just starts spilling water down its face. With that, at the top of the round, I'm going to say Alice and Oliviera get to the door down the corridor, opening it to see, gagged, with a straitjacket tied behind his back and a walrusy moustache just poking out over the band of cloth around his mouth, struggling side to side, there is a slightly porcine man who is desperately trying to struggle free of bonds on a bed that you vaguely recognise as being Dr. John Watson, which is where we are going to leave episode 19 of
Oh,
Lanterns of
no.
London.
Come on. No.
Rude. Rude.
How dare you?
Meaning next time will be episode 20, our season finale. Looking forward to it. See you all then.
So much. See y'all later.
Bye.